Dewey's pumped up. I'm ready to take him out of the way.
Gotta be pumped up.
That's right. Well, it's great to be here with the whole gang and to say thank you first and foremost because so many of you have helped us out so many times here in Washington County. It is great to be here back in West Bend. And you're ready for victory?
Oh, yeah!
Well, as Judy was just talking about, we got a great story to tell, right? We have more people employed in the state of Wisconsin than ever before in the history of the state this year. In fact, on Thursday, we had just announced for the 6th month in a row, 6 months in a row, we've had sub 3% unemployment. That was the previous all-time low, and we've done it now for half a year, and we're not going to stop. Not only is employment at an all-time high this year, we actually outpaced the national rate when it comes to wages going up. The percentage of people working in the state is one of the best out there. So when you hear all the naysayers say, oh, well, unemployment's down, that's because people are working 2 or 3 jobs. That's just not true. We have one of the highest percentages of people in the workforce. When you hear people say, oh, well, that's because those jobs aren't good paying jobs, that's just not true because our wage increase is above the national rate as well. And so we've just got a great story to tell. Why? Because and I got asked it the other day on our bus tour by one of the reporters that was following us around. He said, well, is the economy improving because of you or because of the president? I said, neither. I said, it's improving because of the people of the state of Wisconsin. And we understand that government doesn't create jobs, people do. People create jobs in this state. But what we have done together, I say we because it's the team here and others from the State Assembly, the State Senate, but particularly working with our colleagues in the private sector, we have created in state government a better environment by which the people of the state, the hardworking, decent people of the state can create more jobs, more opportunity, more prosperity. We understand that government doesn't create the jobs. You all do. We just want to make it easier for that to continue, right? Now you look at not only is Wisconsin working when it comes to the economy, we're working on so many other levels as well. You know, we inherited a $3.6 billion budget deficit. We've had a surplus every year we've been in office. We've had a surplus so much so we were able to send back to you, the hardworking taxpayers of this state, more than $8 billion through the end of this budget. Lower property taxes, lower income taxes, lower business taxes. In fact, our tax relief helps lower the tax burden on working families and senior citizens, on small business owners and family farmers and so many others out there. And we're not done yet. We're just getting started sending the tax dollars that you earn, the hardworking people of the state, right back to you. At the same time, we're able to invest in other priorities as well. Again, you wouldn't know it from some of the attacks out there. For a while, before Tuesday, it was 8-on-1. It's nice to be 1-on-1, so at least the odds are evened up a little bit. But we invested more actual dollars into education, more actual dollars into schools in this state than ever before in the history of the state of Wisconsin. And the best part of it is because of our reforms, the reforms we've enacted over the years, those dollars are going to go in the classroom. And our schools can actually hire based on merit. They can pay based on performance. That means they can put the best and the brightest in the classroom. So when we make historic investments in schools, that money's not going into overhead. It's overwhelmingly going into the classroom to improve not only student success, but to help us prepare the workforce we need for the 21st century. We're excelling in so many other areas as well. We've had not 1, not 2, but 6 years in a row. We froze tuition for all in-state undergraduates at the University of Wisconsin system, and we're going to do it for 4 more years. Our healthcare systems in the state are ranked #1 in the nation for quality, and we've helped more than 25,000 people transition from welfare into the workforce. And so we got a pretty good track record. So we got a great record to run on, but that's not enough. You see, if I'm coming back and asking for your vote on November 6th, which I am, I'm asking for your vote on November 6th, if I want you to renew the contract for us to go forward, it's not just about what we've done, which has been pretty good. We've gone forward instead of going backwards. But I need to also lay out for you what we're going to do next, to tell you what the next steps are. And so we got a simple plan. At a time when we've got more people in the workforce than ever before, I hear employers all over the state saying, I got jobs, I just need people with the right skill sets to fill those jobs. And so our plan for the future is simple. Our action plan for the next 4 years is called Keep Wisconsin Working for Generations to Come. And it ties into 4 key areas. First off, we want to connect students to careers. We want to connect students to careers. It's why we made that largest actual dollar investment in schools than ever before. We doubled the amount of money for Fab Labs. We more than doubled the amount for youth apprenticeships in high school. We've done all sorts of things to get our young people ready. And just last year, every school district here in the state, in this county and every other county, we help them invest in what are called academic and career plans in 6th grade. Because we want our students early on to start thinking about what are we good at, what are they interested in, what kind of career opportunities are out there. And now, going forward, if I get 4 more years, one of our big steps to connect our students to careers is that we're going to move youth apprenticeships into 7th and 8th grade so we can get our students on their career path earlier to get them ready to go on to whether it's an apprenticeship, a technical college, an undergraduate school, or even a graduate level degree. Whatever their career path, we want to get them ready sooner so they get in the workforce and reduce the cost of school. Sound like a pretty good idea? Secondly, we want to keep our graduates here. We want to keep our graduates here in the state of Wisconsin. And so there's a bunch of different things we're doing. Making college affordable to begin with is a good way. But along the way, we know that we're at a point where we have such a high demand for workforce, we're now recruiting people in from other states. Well, we looked at this and said, well, that's fine, but we should keep every one of our graduates here in the state of Wisconsin. So I want every one of our students to graduate from high school. And I want everyone to graduate with a game plan for their career, whatever step it might be. And then as a part of that, we said, well, we're putting incentives to bring people in from other states. Businesses are bringing in signing bonuses. Why not do that for our graduates? So we're proposing, going forward, if I'm elected for your next 4 years, I've got a game plan to say if you're a graduate from any of our colleges or universities, public or private, 2 or 4 years, we'll give you up to $5,000 in tax credits if you're willing to work here for the next 5 years or more. Sound like a pretty good deal to give our graduates here? Third, we know it's not just about our young people. We know we need to make sure that we help our seniors afford to stay in their homes, not just for peace of mind, but because we know to help be the mentors for the next workforce, to help mentor young people into the workforce, we need to make sure our seniors are around and they're not stressed out about whether or not they can afford to stay in their homes. So not only have we continued to lower property taxes as well, we're going to provide a tax credit to make sure that every senior in the state of Wisconsin can afford to stay in their home and in turn help nurture and encourage the workforce for the 21st century. That's another good thing for the next generation. And finally, we know for a lot of working families, it's hard to make ends meet. And so we've helped, even this summer, we helped with the school, the $100 per child tax rebate that helped make sure that as people were getting ready for school, they had a little extra money. We just helped everybody, not just parents, but grandparents, aunts, uncles, everybody else with the back-to-school sales tax holiday, which went over exceptionally well all across the state. Those are all good things, particularly for people like my brother and his wife who've got 2 girls, one going into 6th grade, one going into her first year of high school. But we also know that one of the big challenges I hear from employers as well as employees is that for younger families, child care is often a barrier to either re-entering or re-entering full-time into the workforce. And so what we're proposing is creating a new tax credit to help with child care to make sure that no family ever has to say the cost of child care is stopping me from either entering the workforce or taking more hours out there. We need everyone who wants to work back into the workforce. This will be one more incentive to help working families get into the future. So we got a game plan going forward. You know, these are exciting times. As much as we've done, and we've done a lot, and I say we, not me, we have done a lot. Not only with our colleagues in the legislature, but all of you have not only helped us get elected, you've held us accountable along the way, and I hope you will continue to keep us focused on the promises we've made throughout the campaigns and the promises we'll make again in this campaign. But I got to tell you, this will be the toughest election I have ever been involved in. That's amazing considering I've been involved in a recall election before.